Now, bring on the music! DJ Wonder Chrissy here, back again for a Sunday morning! Sunday morning, folks! Welcome to the show! We're up in the game here, we've got some music playing. Oh man, let's bring that down, Okay, so there you go. DJ Wonder Chrissy, it's Sunday. November. I thought it was October. It's November 19th. So today we're continuing our migrant crisis. Illegal migrants or illegals, for those of you that like to use different pronouns, in Chicago. And we're gonna start by giving a tip, okay? And then we got a video to show you also. So that's on the agenda for today. So here's a tip for you illegals or migrants out there. Anyone who goes to McDonald's knows that prices at McDonald's are crazy, right? We saw in Connecticut that they had Big Mac meal was like $18 now. I don't know what it is around here. I always order off the value menu. I don't know if it's still called the value menu, but they used to have a dollar menu. Remember that? 10 years ago it was a dollar menu, and they did that for a couple years, and then inflation took over that and became they added $2 and $3 items to the dollar menu, so they couldn't call it the dollar menu anymore. So then they call it the value menu, I think. Now you ain't gonna find a dollar item at all in the store. I think now it used to be drinks, right? In the summer, DJ Wonder, Chrissy, and Susie Q used to go there all the time when we were out in the cruiser for drinks for $1, right? Nada, no nada anymore. We go to Thornton's now. We were just there yesterday at our local Thornton's gas station. They were offering soft drinks for 87 cents this year. But anyway, McDonald's now, the value menu is like $3.29 or $2.29. And they used to offer like $2, right? And then that inflation kicked in and they had to add another 29 cents. So anyway, so here's my tip. So for those people that want to be able to afford that Big Mac combo meal that's now costing like $18 in Connecticut, here's a tip for you. So you go to McDonald's and you get a drink, right? You gotta have, to start with, you gotta have $2 at least. So you go to McDonald's, you buy a drink, and you walk outside and you drink it down, okay? So while you're once you've drank it down, you got ice in there, right? And it makes noise, right? So there you got in the summer, or actually in winter, it's better because ice doesn't melt as quick. So now you got a noisemaker. So as people come to the door, you're like doing a Salvation Army thing, right? You're put the cup in front of people's face and ask them if they'll make a donation for your Big Mac meal. There you go. That's how it works. And if you're into roller dogs, yesterday at Thornton's we saw some crusty roller dogs. I'd stay away from them. But anyway, maybe those interest you. You could do the same thing there. You go there and you get yourself a drink, and it could be coffee even too. And if you gotta, if it's coffee, you gotta seed it with a little bit of change when you're done. And that's how you get your roller dog. Okay, so that's my tip for today. So now I'm probably gonna tell people some things they don't know that is going on in our city and across the nation. In case you don't know, have you ever heard of NGOs? NGOs are non-government organizations, okay? And some of the well-known ones, which I mentioned already, is the Salvation Army and Catholic Charities here in Chicago, okay? Now, what you don't realize, NGOs are used by our government to do things that the government doesn't want to account for. Let me say that again. NGOs do the dirty work of the government. So, as tis the season, right? We're going to see those red kettles starting to pop up, and they're going to be asking you for more money to do things that you may not want them to do, such as resettling migrants from the border to Chicago. Now, that's part of what the Salvation Army is doing. If you don't believe me, go back in some of the news reports and you'll see where last year, I haven't heard lately, I think they're on like a media blackout for some reason. They don't mention them. But the Salvation Army was helping resettle many of these first buses that were showing up in Chicago. So, and right now, Catholic Charities, right, the good old Catholic Charities, bless the Lord, for I have sinned. Give me some of that wine. They're in the process of they're funding these apartments, which I guess I hear now that the funding is running out, but up until now, that was Catholic Charities' job. And right now, Catholic Charities is trying to stuff these migrants down various parishes' throats, right? And make it their problem, and maybe give them a little bit of money. Who knows? But do you think the Catholic Church has money to do this? I don't think so. They barely have enough money to pay for the problems they had with the priests, right? And you know the issue, right? We won't talk about it too much, but yeah, the Catholic Church is well known for having some issues with kids, so we won't talk about that. But anyway, so these NGOs basically are given money, right? They love money. Hey, why not? If someone is going to give you money to do something they don't want to do, and you can pallet it, right? You can you can say, okay, I'll do it. Why not? Why not? You want me to help you by doing this? Put some money in over here. Put some money in over here, and I'll take care of it. So that is what the NGOs are doing. So I got a video here on CBS Chicago where they actually went to a church. You know, I think that the video is kind of from the perspective of look at what good this church is doing, right? So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at get this video going for you guys.
We're called to do it.
The Grace and Peace Church in Austin is now serving as more than a place of worship.
Here's all the winter gear.
It's transformed into a resource hub for migrants arriving in Chicago.
Since August of last year, we have been in the fire of it all.
In fact, they were one of the first places that offered shelter when Texas sent them to Chicago last year. Over 100 people staying inside the church at a time.
Our goal was always get them out in 60 days, so we did 100 every 60 days.
Pastor John Zaya is getting them out of here and into their own apartments, connecting them with jobs and basic necessities.
Every little thing counts, right? When they're coming here for the first time, they have shoes, hats, clothes, coats, all that stuff.
The church has this 20,000 square foot warehouse filled with donations to give out to those in need here in the Austin.
Okay, so let's stop here. How many churches do you know have a 20,000 foot warehouse? And look at all this stuff. I don't think he's talked about it yet, but at some point here in the near future, he's going to say that they're no longer taking donations. Okay? They've got so much stuff. The community, according to him, the community response has been so great that they can no longer take any more free Air Jordans and Montclair jackets and gloves and hats and strollers, brand new strollers in the box. Does this, can you connect the dots here? I don't see, I live in the suburbs and there's some wealthy people here, and I don't think if I went to any of the churches around here I would see this. So it begs the question, where did all this stuff come from? Right? The normal person who's not going to gobble up this narrative that the people of the city of Chicago have been so generous that they're giving all this cool new stuff, because the people of Chicago are very wealthy, right? They got tons of money. They don't know what to do with it right now. There is no inflation, folks. The average family of four is down $9,600 a year, yet they got enough money to spend on Air Jordans and brand new strollers for people they don't even know. That is the narrative that this media is trying to portray. So let's listen a little more.
Community, but with the arrival of more migrants, their inventory has only increased.
It's only got more stuff. Does that make sense?
Donations have gone high there. We're not even accepting donations.
The box is full of items.
Here he said we're not accepting donations anymore.
What you can't see at first glance are the people working here. Jose Antonio and Romerci are among the first group of people who arrived in Chicago last August.
Ya tenemos un año y 2 meses.
It's been over a year since that day, but Jose Antonio still tears up thinking about their journey, running out of food in the jungle, watching people die along the way.
Okay, so there you go. So he said that can no longer accept donations because they got so much cool stuff right now we don't need anymore. Yet we got the migrants just flooding in. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. And notice how the church is taking advantage of the opportunity here, right? So now, normally a job that maybe one of the parishioners would do, right? A custodian, good job, good part-time job, maybe pays a few extra bucks, has been commandeered by these people that evidently don't even speak English. So you see the church is actually benefiting from this too now. But we got all this good stuff. We got boots and coats, brand new stuff. So when you watch the media reports, right, when you see these people stepping off the buses, you see the people wherever they're at, they always got brand new clothes. They're never dirty or worn. Or today some people wear jeans with holes in them anyway, but that's a cool thing. But if you look at their jackets and shirts and stuff, usually look brand new, right? I don't have any brand new shirts, but yet these people who've traveled thousands of miles in the jungle and, crossed rivers and rode and trains, got cool stuff that's brand new and clean. Go figure. Go figure.
Es dura, es muy dura.
A stark difference to their life now. They've got their work permits within a few months and are working at the church doing maintenance and paying rent on their own apartment.
Even though they have a full-time job, they come and give back because it was done to them.
And they're not the only ones. Pastor Zaya is helping 400.
Look at all this stuff.
We've had thousands that have come through and are now established, but we only focus
Box
on
after box, folks.
the bus, and they don't see the full
Just
picture.
donated by some concerned citizens, right? Look at it. Carter's kids stuff. That's cheap stuff. You'll find that at the dime store, right?
To call home.
So they really want to be part of the fabric of America. America.
In Austin, Maribel Gonzalez, CBS 2 News.
So there you have it. As your church asks you for more money for whatever it is, right? As you see the Salvation Army red kettles pop up, remember this, that more of, who do you think is paying for this stuff? It is the government. The government doesn't want to set up a warehouse and start giving away stuff to migrants. No, that's the easy way to do it is you get a church or an NGO to do the dirty work for you, and you just make the stuff available to them under the sheets as the disguise of a concerned citizens, and no one will know any better. You saw it here yourself. You saw the boxes and boxes of stuff in the 20,000 square foot warehouse. That, I mean, where would you go to buy a case of Nike shoes or baby stuff or whatever, right? The normal person's gonna be able to buy a box of that stuff? Come on. So that's what's going on, folks. So as your taxes go to pay for this from the government's got their hand in this. The state has got their hand in this. We saw that yesterday with J.B. Pritzker giving more money to the city. And then the city of Chicago's got their hand in this, and they're wasting all the residents of Chicago's taxes too. So there you go. That is how that all works. So as you go to your local grocery store or Target or Walmart this year and you see those people out there ringing their little bells. Where did I put those? Here they are. So when you see the people out there ringing their bells asking you for those dollars, tell them you already gave by paying your taxes. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry, but the Salvation Army's got some other bad things too. That a couple of years ago, they've definitely gone woke. So I used to give to Salvation Army every year. They would send envelopes to feed my people in my neighborhood or what have you. Would keep it locally supposedly, and I would return a check every year. The last couple of years, not doing that, folks. And I've already got. I mean, and they're persistent little folks. I've got like 3 different mailers for them for Thanksgiving, wanting me to supply, turkey dinner meals for people, and they they just got tossed in the burn pile. So I think I burned most of those already. So I saved myself the hassle of supporting the Salvation Army, and like I said, the Catholic Charities is another one of the doing God's work, or is it Jeff Bergen's work? Yeah, I think it's Jeff Bergen's work they're doing. So there you go. I hope I didn't trigger anybody today, but there's the truth, right? There is the truth. That is how our government works, and it's all funded by your tax dollars, as you can see. So be sure to go to work, pay those taxes, and don't complain, because you can barely afford a $18 Big Mac meal at Mickey D's these days. But I showed you a way to raise funds to pay for that Mickey D burger, okay? DJ Wonder Chrissy here, over and out, and I think we get the music starting again here. Play us out. We got a little bit of music. We're upgrading our production here. Over and out, DJ Wonder Chrissy.